I wish that I knew that we had.
Here's one thing that that kind of just came into mind because I was recently editing one of our members. She hasn't been able to dance with us because she refuses dancing in the middle of the pandemic. So much respect to her. But Amanda Carmassi, I think
Mhm.
she shared some experiences like the on her perspective as a woman, like that things that she didn't know. If I'm making sense, like were there situations or what is something that you wish you knew as a dancer, you knew
As a female
as a
dancer.
female dancer, prior getting into any of this work? Because I feel like, especially since this was brought in the middle of like a whole bunch of, people being called out last year in the community, if you saw that.
Mhm.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear that on your end. I'm just because the only reason I'm bringing it
Man.
up now is because I was editing her podcast. I'm kind of curious to hear your end.
I wish that I knew that we had this the space we have, that we have a right to our place in the community. Because when I first came here, everything in my mind was like, I'm a female dancer. I have to have this bit of about me. I have to have the sex appeal. Because the first company I was with, we were hip hop.
Yeah.
We did have guys, but we ended up kicking all the guys out and we made it an all female crew. And yes, we did hardcore hip hop, but we did it a lot of times in lingerie, and we did like hot import night car shows and,
Oh.
yeah. And I really stepped into it having this feeling as though I had to look very provocative and I'd never get to be one of those guys who were just, wearing normal clothes and doing what they do, you
Yeah.
know? And if I saw a crew that had too many guys, I'd be like, oh, they probably don't want me. I probably
Oh.
don't fit because I'm a woman and we have this image about us. And so that was a thought that was in my mind early on in my early 20s. And I'm really glad for other dancers now because of social media. I'm glad that they can see that now you can audition for this and join that and work towards any of this, if you really want to. But back then it was very much like there's no place for me there. My place is being here. And even though I love hip hop, having to be
Fit this
sexy while I do it.
yeah, like this kind of look that is kind of like you're supposed to have, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the look, the style, but now it's like, now, okay, I can dance with everybody. Anybody can hold up on their own as long as you have the capabilities. You gotta have the ability to join in with them. Just be like, I'm gonna do it anyway.